Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, the focus point of all homes these days seems to be the kitchen. We're going to be talking to the premier kitchen cabinetry builders in America next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, if you think about TV shows that we all know and love, like I Love Lucy or the Brady Bunch, the kitchen was an afterthought. It wasn't the focal point of a home. But these days, a high-end home will sell or not sell based on their kitchen. That's why I invited my next 2 guests into the studio, Mark and George Trevino. They're with Snaidero Dallas.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Well, let's talk about this. Yeah, thank you. Let's talk about this iconic company because it's been around for a long time.
Yep. Founded in 1946, right? And so started with one of the first modular kitchens. And so one of the things that's important in Europe is the concept of people will move, right? And they'll actually take their kitchen with them. Very different than here in America where you move into a new home, new kitchen. That's kind of it. And so the modular kitchen design is where Snaidero started. And now it's an organization that has over 400 points of sale across the world.
Incredible. And you actually have the largest showroom in the design district. And so it's really kind of a marquee for the entire global company, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. This is our flagship showroom in the world. And so one of the bigger things that we loved about the Dallas location is the globalness. You can get all over the country within 4 hours, 3.5 hours by flight. The design concept of that modern design generally starts on the coast and works its way in. So we felt like Dallas was kind of it was time. And it was time for us to make that splash. And so here we are.
George, let's talk about the craftsmanship that goes into this because this is really an art form, isn't it?
It is. One of the things that we're proud of in terms of Snaidero, they've always worked with designers, high-end designers. Penny Farina is actually designed 2 of our kitchens, actually. And so, Mark, talk a little bit more about that.
Yes. So they're in our icon collection, which is something extremely beautiful. You have to see it. The Ola, the big round wooden kind of design at the bottom. The vision, the sharp kind of V with the lighted on the interior is absolutely insane. But we basically sell the Ferrari of kitchens. This is kind of the top level of what is in the world. Beautiful. So something that we're very excited about.
And Mark, you created a great overview video about a year ago. Let's go ahead and roll that. So what impresses me most is the attention to detail, because there's a lot of places. I mean, if you Google, kitchen remodeling, you can find a bunch of different places that could do this for you. Talk about the craftsmanship and what separates you from others.
Sure. I think the biggest thing is, you can buy all the equipment. You can kind of try to recreate all the finishes, but it's the technique, which is important, right? So there might be an example of that is we have a lacquer, for example, that gets 7 coats, but it only gets one coat every 12 hours. Wow. And that's to kind of set in and kind of build that super unique finish and style. And so, it's precision is important, right? If it's 3 millimeters off, it's not correct.
Yes.
Right. So all these things get factored in, and how do we work around the walls? I mean, we're designing kitchens on homes that don't even exist yet. Right. So to have all that function work together is actually something extremely beautiful and cool to see. And that's really important.
We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down the website, George, let's talk about, you guys are actually on scene, so it's not like you're subcontracting this to other people. You actually show up. What is it like when you're unveiling a new kitchen to somebody?
Well, that's the beauty. That's the part of what we stress to our folks, is that we want to be involved. As an ownership team, the Dallas ownership team, we want to be involved, and we are involved. And so everything from the very beginning, pre-installation to during the installation, post-installation, the goal is to be there and be the quality control.
And your showroom in the Design District is really like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
So talk about what went into that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember walking through the doors when there was nothing in there, right? And all you're seeing is the open notches and the Venetian plaster on the wall, and you're kind of hoping and you're wondering, what is this going to look like at the end, right? But we feature, 5 timeless kitchen designs. We feature 3 different vanities, 2 super impressive closets, and then a design space that I think is unique to different showrooms, where it's a good space where we can bring out a whole bunch of samples and bring in the computer and have the plans up and put these things together and really create and collaborate. And so that's one of the most beautiful things about it.
And we're seeing mortgage rates just slowly tick down. And so now with the housing market is slowly coming back. Sure. And something we talked about early in the newscast was that it's a deal breaker. Like the wife or the husband comes in and sees a bad kitchen. They can't really see beyond it, can they?
Yeah, no. The amount of times that I've seen people pass on homes because they don't love the kitchen, or when people go into these homes, a lot of times they don't necessarily want to go in and spend all this money that it takes to then acquire the house and then redo the kitchen, right? So the kitchen is a focal point. In our family, we call it the command center. That's just where everyone gathers around. And from what you said earlier, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, everything had its specific place in the home. And now everyone wants every part of the home to be interacted with and involved with. And so that's kind of what the evolution of what the home design and architecture has become.
Well, and I love the Italian roots, because my wife and I have gone to Italy, and a dinner in Italy is different than a dinner in America. You could spend 4 hours at dinner. So the focal point of a home in a high-end home in Italy is the kitchen, isn't it?
Absolutely. And then one thing that I love about it is, especially being in Italy myself, you get a chance they really appreciate that time. It's not interrupted. It's the place where they sit and they enjoy their time and they discuss as a family and they create and collaborate and laugh. And having a beautiful kitchen is as kind of the background of it all is one of those things that's super essential.
No, and I love that, because I remember Italy, it was, you would go out and you wouldn't see people on their phones. They were going for an experience.
It was an event.
And that's what you guys are bringing to homes, is bringing the family together over great food and a great kitchen.
Absolutely.
We have 1.2 million square feet of manufacturing facilities north of Venice. That's where, in Maggiano, Italy, is where our company is located. So if you're ever in Italy, check it out.
I'll definitely check it out. Okay, so we have a couple minutes left. So final thoughts, for the person who's thinking about remodeling their home. If, every study I've ever seen, if you're going to invest a little money into your home to sell the home, the kitchen and the master bedroom is where you want to spend your money.
Sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, look, we got my MBA at SMU, so I love going around Highland Park and just kind of check out the homes. And we were driving one time not very long ago, and you see some of these older houses. They were built a while back, but when you look it up online, because they were selling it, very modern on the inside, right? And it's exactly what we're talking about, right? So you take this kind of combination of just great looking, obviously location, outside exterior looking beautiful, and then you put one of our kitchens in there. It's a great thing.
It's almost like, I almost see it as like an insurance policy in a way. Like you're going to go in and people are going to absolutely love that space, and they're going to talk about that space, about that home. And when you're deciding which home that people want, it's like, man, that kitchen is something different. That's not what you see every day. Or we create the type of kitchens where you go to someone's house and you say, oh my gosh, who did your kitchen? Wow. And so like, that's what we like to create. I mean, we create some of the most beautiful kitchens in the world, right? Is it everyone's style? No, but for the people who really love and enjoy it, those clean lines, the LED lighting kind of all the way around, the different finishes, the textures, we're the place to go.
And you can tailor it to the customer. So the customer says, I'm trying to create this feeling.
And I think that's what makes us a little bit different than some of the other European folks that sell the kitchens. The Italian, specifically Snaidero, very bespoke, a lot more custom features and finishes.
Extremely creative. You go hang out with some of the Italians. They're loud, they're fun, they're like it's all everything in all wrapped up in one, and we feel like our kitchens are the same, are representative of that.
Wow. Thank you guys for finding the recipe for the success. We're going to end with your website, which is snaiderodallas.com. George and Mark, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.